Welcome, friends, to TTB. Now you're like, hey, it's been a while. What's with the commotion, you know? Well, if you didn't know, yesterday Dragon released version 0.7 for the Tempest box. So, I've been waiting. That's why I haven't been doing Tempest box. I'm just waiting for 0.7 to come out. And it did. Now you can see a bunch of stuff behind me that you're like, oh my god, I want to see so bad. Well, you gotta hold your horses because I had to do this intro, blah, 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 whatever. So, lots of new things. I call this episode, or not, well, kind of like this episode, but I call this update the Amethyst update. Why? Well, if you're a true TTB fan, you've been watching Dragon's TTB update videos, and you know that he's been adding new ores to the game. Well, let's get along right to this update so we don't waste any time. So, this first update that he added is new freaking ores. Look at these things. Amazing. So here I have a diamond pickaxe for us to mine. Let's make it time set day. And yeah, I don't want you to see anything else before it's time. So two new ores have been added to the game. Amethyst and VULCAANIUM. Let's mine the amethyst first. So if you don't know, this is using Simply Sark's mob spawner method. You just saw one right there. And I have amethyst now. Look at this thing. This is amethyst. This is really just model. This is just models, people. And, you know, it's literally just models, like I said like 5 times. But this is amethyst if you were looking for it. Amethyst is going to be found, I believe, below high level 40. And then this is VULCAANIUM. Or, oh, wait, no, wait, I need to tell you what this means. VULCAANIUM and Amethyst are both very useful for the machines that I'm going to show you behind me that have been updated. So, yeah, Amethyst is going to be used to craft a lot of power and craft a lot of these machines. Now, VULCAANIUM is going to look like this. And when you mine VULCAANIUM, it looks like this. And it kind of looks like a green shark tooth that I've seen before. Like, it's really cool. And that's not supposed to happen. But anyways, so when you mine this it's just lag. Don't worry, this won't happen. And VULCAANIUM will spawn below Y level 30. So you're gonna have to go deep into the. You'll know what that does in a minute. So you have to go deep into the caves to find it. But you're gonna see some uglies down there too when I show you these new mobs up here for the gold platform. So VULCAANIUM is gonna be used to craft a lot and ascend. And what I mean by ascend, you'll see in just a little bit. So let's put this back in here, put the amethyst and the VULCAANIUM in there. So mysterious dust, an update on mysterious dust. You used to be able to find mysterious dust only in sand sifters. Well, that's changed a little bit. Also, all of these machines, other than that one over there, are 2 by 1, or no, 1 by 2 by 1. So they're tall and not 1 block tall anymore. So now you need a special little thing here to power them, which I'll show you right there. And then you also need redstone to power them. So you used to be only to be able to find mysterious dust by sifting through a lot of sand. And unfortunately, that method where you can stack has now been like disabled, kind of. And you have to place the sand underneath the sand sifter now at times, because it'll not work. So it just keeps sifting through sand, which I think is a little bit kind of boring. You know what I mean? I want more. Can you give me something? Come on, give me something like other than sand. I don't care if it's rotten flesh. Okay, I'm just going to give up here because this is going to take forever. So now you can actually find mysterious dust while macerating soul sand. So macerators are, if you don't know, they break down blocks into their original form. Like say you make a quartz block, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. So you can now break down blocks into their original forms. But soul sand doesn't have an original form. So it'll break What are the odds? What are the odds? So you can now find mysterious dust by macerating soul sand, and I was lucky and I found 2 in one sift. So that's pretty lucky. So you'll be super lucky. I don't know if that's possible. That's so cool though. So yeah, this is pretty much all the changes to these little guys. And then let me change the weather back to normal. So that's pretty much the changes to these things over here. So I want to show you all the new and improved machines. Yep. So the first one we're going to start off with is a Amethyst sun pad. Now, Amethyst sun pads are super expensive. You actually need, like, remember the amethyst over there, right? You have to mine it. It's rare. Those ores are rare, too, by the way. So, the way you have to craft it is you need an actual daylight sensor and 9 amethysts. So, or no, 8 amethysts, can I math? So, you need 8 amethysts surrounding the Tempest crafter and 1 daylight sensor in the middle, and you will get yourself an amethyst sun pad. Produces tempite when exposed to the sun. Now, if you don't know, well, you don't know, I'm sorry. So the amethyst sun pad, by the way, you have to drop these on the ground, not place them, and it will produce a block for you. Now, if you leave this out for a little bit, it will do its thing, and it will start collecting 2 different types of tempite. Tempite sludge and tempite gel. So if you look in here, there's a lot of it in here. There's a lot of tempite sludge in here. So tempite sludge is useless. It's literally just useless. You can't do anything with it. However, tempite gel is going to give you power to these machines so you can power with that thing over there. So, but here's the one downside. Cannot be touched by human hands. It will actually literally burn. Well, it won't burn. It will just disappear. So what you can't do is you can't touch this. But you're like, I'm touching it right now. I can hold it, right? Well, you're wrong. If you try to put it in the chest, look what happens. It disappears. So this is like a very, very hard way to do it. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to set up a hopper system connecting to a chest so you can pick it up and do whatever with it. Luckily, there's no crafting recipes with it. That'd be extremely OP to try to get to there. Okay, so basically, if you're wondering, like, I don't know how these things are working, like, by the way, did you know I was in the pre-release, 1.12 pre-release 7? So actually, this version of the Tempest box is actually for 1.12, kind of like the pre-release of 1.12. So yeah, and these are all working with like a command block and a hopper, depends on what machine it is. But yeah, the next machine is this golden thing. I don't even know what that is. So this is the tempite collector. Or no, wait, this is the tempite storage tank. So this is a tempite storage tank, critical for all these machines that I'm going to show you today. Now to craft it, you need 4 amethysts and a cross, 4 nether quartz, and a piece of obsidian in the Tempest crafter as follows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get yourself a tempite storage tank in a little bit. Here we go. We got ourselves a tempite. Well, it's also called a tempite container, but look at this thing. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is amazing. Gosh. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to plop this on the ground. Here, let me find a place. Plop it on the ground. Now, if you're wondering how the heck and how do I use this, what is it for, blah, blah, blah. So what you're going to actually need is you're going to actually need some amethyst, which I have conveniently in this chest in here. And over here is the thing I'm going to use. So what you're going to have to do is right-click the bottom and fill it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of amethyst. Now, please do not put more than 1 in like a single slot, otherwise it will break. And then it will consume that amethyst and store it for power. And now it's ready to go, really. Now you can just plop down your machine of choice. Oops, that's not supposed to happen. Now you just plop down your machine of choice, which I'll just use a sand sifter, for example, and a button. You also need a redstone source, so I'm going to use a button. So now I'm going to place down this sand sifter somewhere, like right there, and then like put a sand block right underneath it to show that you need redstone and amethyst for this to power. So look, place it down. Also, that's a sign that it's connecting to each other and that's working. So now you have your power. You have your amethyst storage tank, and you've powered it up. Now you need your redstone source. I would use a button, please. Also, put the redstone source on the top, not on the bottom. The bottom will not work. So once you place it, boom, it starts working. And yes, it gave me something else other than sand. And yeah, so it'll pretty much be like infinite. So what you need for machines now on, they are no longer automatic. You now need amethyst, and a tempite storage tank, and a redstone source connecting these three things together. Whew, that's a mouthful. Next machine over here is the transformer. It's now not the block transformer, it's just called the transformer now. And this is using functions now. It's no really longer commands that much. It's functions. If you don't know what functions are, go check out Dragon's video about functions. So this machine, yes, tempite shell. Can I put in the, nah, I just deleted it. Okay, so how this works is so much better than it used to. You know how they're like automatic, right? And there they are connecting. So block transformers used to work where if you placed a bunch of blocks around it and then used it automatically, it would disappear. Well, it's better now. So now you actually can, now you need your storage tank over here. And it's the same crafting recipe, 3 sea lanterns, 3 redstone, 3 mysterious dust, in that fashion. And while I'm crafting this, I'll talk about stuff. So, did you, what? Yeah, block transform, well, it's still block transformable, whatever. And yeah, so, if you didn't know, oh man, this is hilariously hilarious. So, if you didn't know, you need tempite. Well, it costs 25 tempite for use. But look, eventually you'll see a bar come over here saying how much tempite you have. Now, the amount of amethyst and the amount of tempite is different. Very different. Tempite is more valuable than amethyst. Well, it has more value than amethyst. It'll be more like abundant than amethyst. And it's just when the amethyst when the tempite the storage tank consumes the amethyst, it transforms it into a power source. Here, look, into tempite, and that's what you're seeing right here. So, enough of that, and we'll go over here. So the block transform will transform a lot of blocks for you. Transform ice into packed ice, wooden logs into coal blocks, and then I'll show you later on. But it'll also transform like ores if it's a special version of it, and you're like, what the heck does that mean? And you'll see in a minute. So I'm just gonna leave you off on a cliffhanger for this thing. So this next one is the new and improved growth aura. Now it has a better texture, and you need man, these are so confusing. So it's the same crafting recipe: 8 golden apples and a block of dirt, and then you just place the dirt in the middle, surround it by golden apples, and you'll get yourself a growth aura. So the way this works is you need to actually plant a crop. So these are secretly hosed, so I can just do this. And I'll just break, what can I break? Oops. Oh, okay, there we go. So you can place a seed right, well, no, I'm just gonna wait. So, okay, so you're gonna build a platform up over here, place your growth aura down, break the block underneath it, hold the ground underneath it, and then put your seed under it. It has to be under it. It can't be around it anymore. So once you're done, get your redstone source, place it on top, not bottom, remember? And, I clicked the command block. And boom, it grows your crops for you. That's hilariously hilarious. And all these machines consume the tempite at a different rate. Like the block transformer consumes 25 tempite every time you use it. I think the growth, how many times is concrete? That's okay, that's weird. But it will consume different amounts of tempite depending on the machine that you're using. Obviously, like stuff like quarries and the growth aura and the block transformer will obviously have more tempite per use than, like, say, the XP collector right there. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, whatever. So, this next machine we're going to show you is the new and improved XP collector. Now, you're like, how is it new and improved? Well, here's how you craft it now. It's no longer grass surrounding it. It is 4 glass, 4 quartz, and 1 bottle of enchanting in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get yourself the new and improved XP collector. Like, look, 1 tempite per use. Let's plot that down right there. And yeah, so basically how the new and improved one works. Gosh, where's the stupid XP? Okay, so basically how the new one works is it's actually pretty cool. If you don't know, man, I'm going to put description if you don't know like 1,000 times in description. So, place the button on top. Let's just say you have a bunch of experience lying around that you want to collect into the XP collector. Well, it no longer does that automatically, as you should know. They're all require redstone and a tempite storage tank. You press the button and it consumes a little bit of XP each time. Now, it's just lag causing the button to... And then it'll collect XP, and the animation will actually grow on the actual machine. That's pretty cool. Like, look, it'll collect XP for you, and that's pretty neat. But you're like, I'm right clicking right now. You're like, how the heck do I get it out, and how do I draw some in? Well, that's when this is going to be used for. You're like, what the heck is this? Well, you need 1 VULCAANIUM, 1 blaze rod, and 7 nether quartz to form this new thing that you're going to need for an XP collector. The XP rod. Is that how I pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to call it XP rod. Well, this is an XP rod. The XP rod is critical for the XP collector. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to, when you want to withdraw and deposit some XP, you're going to have to shift and right click with this in your main hand to withdraw XP into the XP collector. Now, how do you put, like, hold on, let me go into game mode 0 for right now to show you how this is working. So I have 22 levels right now. If I shift and right click, I am actually adding levels into my, and it says 10 levels in the tank. That'll just show you how many levels. And Lockdots have actually suggested the change for the XP collector for it to give you levels, not like 1 XP, and it would take forever to charge and whatnot. So you need to shift and right click on these things to add XP to your bar, and then eventually it'll say tank is empty. Well, how do you put XP in? Well, hold the XP rod in your right hand and right click. It will actually store levels in there that way. So just right clicking and shifting in the offhand will add levels to the tank, and I want this to rise. Yeah, there we go. Now it's been stored into the tank, and I can... This looks like a lightsaber a little bit. Looks like a lightsaber. That's such a good comment add to a Tempest box video. So yeah, basic XP collector. Whew, this next machine is the quarry, whatever. Don't judge me. So it's new and improved. It's a much better texture than it was before. So to craft it, it's different now. And there we go. It's connecting. So it's different now. It's actually a lot more expensive. You need 3 obsidian, 1 diamond block, 3 mysterious dust, and 64 rails. That's kind of weird. So split the rails up, put them in the corners, the top corners. Place the mysterious dust in like a, what do you call this? Like an arrow formation. Then the obsidian on the bottom, diamond in the middle, and you'll get yourself a new and improved quarry. The quarry consumes 10 tempite per use, so it's a little bit more expensive than the the XP collector. So yeah, it kind of is. Yeah. So how do you use this? You say, well, you press the button, and you need a tempite storage tank for this, of course, as well. So it's different now. It's not automatic, as you can tell. You need to press the button, and it will, boom, a lot of things happen. So it will shoot down a laser. I have a hole conveniently here. It shoots down a laser through the ground, starts consuming all these blocks, and you're like, oh man, that's not what the quarry used to do. That sucks. Well, you're like, how do I collect all this stuff? I don't want to do this manually. Well, good news, there's a machine for that. I'm just getting to it in a couple seconds. So these are basically invisible charge creepers to act like a laser shooting through the ground. Now, if I shoot this a little bit farther into the ground, like say 2 more times, that's 1 and 2, shoot it twice into the ground. As you can see, it's shooting a giant laser through the ground, like I've said like a million times, and it's collecting all these goody goods here. Well, it's not really good, it's just coal and whatnot. And yeah, so boom. I hate when this thing happens. So boom, boom, like collect more, and like keep going down till bedrock. And look at this giant haul we have here. Now you're like, that's too far of a drop, Ryan. That's too far of a drop, Ryan. I want something that collects all that stuff. Well, guess what? This machine does the trick. This is just called a collector. Now a collector, here, let me place these grass blocks under so you don't have to deal with this stuff. So, how do you craft a collector? A collector takes 4 amethyst, 4 iron, 4 iron, and 1 diamond block, and in such formation. Now, I'm running out of breath. This is a mouthful. I'm not even a third done. So this is how to make a collector. It consumes 5 tempite per use, and you place it down like any other random machine. Now you're like, this one you have to place it on the bottom for goodness sakes. Jeez. So you can see all the stuff is down there. You can't see it now. I don't have Optifine for 1.12, but anyways. So you can see there's a bunch of items down there. Now I want to collect them all. Press the button, and all the items in a 100 block radius will be stuck out of this collector thing. And look at all this haul. Oh my gosh! So let's give ourselves a button. Let's give ourselves a button, and let's do this a few more times so we can demonstrate this a little bit more. Now, do note this is a little bit laggy, and the quarry never dies either. So that's good too. And okay, that's deeper. So wow, look at this. That's a lot of stuff, but not good stuff. So we're gonna collect it one more time by pressing the button. Boom, and it. You know, die. You suck. No, they don't. I take that back. They're not suckies. Well, this is the last modified machine. It is the micro tree farm. Basically, you need to plant you need to it's different too. You need 64 bone blocks, 64 cobblestone, 64 saplings, oak saplings, 64 dirt, and a golden hoe. Now, place the dirt in the bottom, the golden hoe in the middle, the saplings on the top. Split the bone blocks into 32, place them in the right and left slots. Break down your cobblestone into 4, so 32, 16. So 16, 16, 16, 16, and oh, that's not the That's not the Tempest crafter. Whatever. You get the idea. So dirt, split the bone block, split the cobblestone into 4s. 1, 2, and also don't shift when you're splitting it up, because that'll just break it all. So it'll consume and it'll create the micro tree farm. Now, this one is the only machine, I believe, that has decimals. This will consume 0.3 tempite, and you actually, that's less than 1, so you should know that. I'm just saying. So, how do you set up your own little micro tree farm? Well, 1 block, place the micro tree farm on that block, delete that block, place whatever sapling under it. Now, I just chose this jungle sapling in, and now it will start just consuming it'll just start consuming, like, extracting, like, sticks and planks from the sapling, and I don't think this sapling dies. Whew, that's really all the machines. Also, one Easter egg about this micro tree farm. Look what happens when I look through the glass in the micro tree farm. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't do it there. Or, wait, no. Okay, look. See that block transformer there? Look at that. That's so cool. Like, literally deletes all. Oh my gosh, look at that. It deletes all the textures. I don't know why it does this. This is kind of weird. But it kind of, like, removes all the textures when you look through it. Don't ask me. I'm not a command expert. But one last thing to note for the machines is you can actually make more powerful ones using VULCAANIUM. For this, you need 8 VULCAANIUM and the machine of your choice. I just chose an Amethyst sun pad. And what you need to do, surround the machine in VULCAANIUM, and I just plop in the Amethyst sun pad. Can you not make an ascended? Okay. Oh, there we go. And I'll make an ascended version of that machine. And basically, the ascended versions of machines are more powerful, but consume more tempite. Like this doesn't need tempite. Like a sunpad doesn't need tempite, but the block transformer does need a lot of tempite, and it will consume more tempite, and it will be more powerful if you decide to ascend your machines. And do note that VULCAANIUM is pretty rare, so just don't say, oh, I'm going to find like a whole stack of VULCAANIUM in my caves today. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Well, my friends, that is really all that's needed for the blocks for the new well, that's really new for the machines. Now, one thing that has been removed, sadly, with new machines, means some machines must be removed for testing purposes, and just they were super crappy. So you know that I made that Tempest box episode the other day? Well, the Agagio farm, whatever it's called, sadly is being removed. Yeah, the Agagio farm is actually being removed, so that's not really a problem for me. And yeah, and if all the other machines like the Metal Alchemist and the Block Breaker, I didn't list because they were pretty much the same, but they're 1 by 2.1, and the same crafting recipes. Same thing where you have to like put the block underneath to alchemize / break the block. Like for the Metal Alchemist, you have to place the ore right underneath it, and same thing with the block breaker. So, without further ado, let's check out this next section of the new and improved Tempest box. New mobs, yes, my friends, new mobs. So, I believe, how many count of there? 1, 2, 3, 9. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 new mobs added to the Tempest box. They are the Ent, a woody creature that once gone with the human race. The Dwindler, an archer from the Nether who is very skilled. The Dweller, a mutated ore that is seeking life. The Bull Ant, an ant. The Glacier, a hungry little tortoise that likes plants but is developed carnivorism. The Lost, a creature from the Nether that is never supposed to have escaped before, and now is causing terror in the overworld. The Ratch, a bee. A Sigitas, the poisonous beetle when you're walking around trying to tame your parrot friends in the jungle. The Void Gas, spawns deep in caves that withers you, I guess. Wanderers, new and improved wanderers that are scarier than ever. Blue Decrows, replaced with the freeze blinds. Well, it's really the same thing. They're just updated and they have a new name. The Sand Skull, a desert skeleton that is wanting your bones. A Havenwitcher, a magical creature from the Nether that wants gone with you. And finally, the Brazen, a very bulky creature that wants gone with your house. Now, in this, I'm going to fight every single mob once, so don't, like, say I'm going to, I don't know. But with the new hotbar, I'm just going to, oh, wait, I need to remove all this stuff. The new hotbar thing you can do, which, like, yeah, there we go. So I'm going to put some diamond armor on, some bows, a stake, and a totem of undying while we fight these new mobs. So, put some of these mobs in here. Game mode 0. Alright, so this first mob we're going to fight is the Ent. The Ent is a little, oh, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, there we go. So, the Ent is a very... Well, no, he's not fast, I guess, when he's not in baby form. So, the Ent is it's a tree creature that one's gone with you. It is extremely fast, I guess, and it jumps very high. I think it also stings you a little bit, and I don't know how much health it has. It doesn't say in the wiki, but yeah. And I'm not killing this thing. That's weird. Hey, hit me. Hit me. Yeah, it's just a very laggy version of the Tempest box. So look, I'm just gonna skip you for now. I'm sorry. I just told you what you really do. Here, die from a sword. Die. You're easy. Die. I don't like you. Die. I think they have low health, so die. Come on. Die. There we go. And it drops seeds, saplings, and I guess oak planks. So this next one are the bull ants. The bull ants do nothing. Well, they're neutral, I guess, but if you get too close to their territory, they will bite at your booty. But anyways, let's go eat a steak. Okay, so bull ants are very weak. If you get in their territory, they will bite. They will really bite. Unless you're wearing full diamond armor like I am. But they're very low in health, I believe, because they're just ants, really just wanting to kill you. But yeah, you get the idea. So the next mob is the glacier. The glacier is a little tortoise friend that actually wants gone with you. It will lift you up in the air, and it really wants your hide. So it will lift you up in the air with a special swoop attack. Eventually, stupid bull ants. They'll swipe you up in the air with a swiping attack, and I think they'll also look. They won't swipe you up the air. They'll give you slowness too when they swipe you. And then that's pretty much it. They're also pretty easy to kill, so I don't really have to say anything about them. Next mob is the Dweller. The Dweller is a morphed ore creature that looks really weird. It's just an ore, like an ore mutated creature. And yeah, it's pretty neat. So it's actually very low in health, and it doesn't seem to be doing much at all. I think you just find it deep in the caves, and then it's just like, hey, I'm there, and then you kill it, and it's really easy to kill. 3 hits from a diamond sword, and this thing's gone out of your face, because if you don't like ugly mutated things, you can just kill it, and it also drops various metals and ores. This next mob is that's the same one. Next mob is the Lost. The Lost is a dragon-like creature that spawns in your world. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. That's not, shoot. So what it's really supposed to do is it has the same effects of the Wanderer. It'll blind you, weakness you, mining fatigue you, and slow you down. That's pretty much what it does. It's not supposed to summon it with an iron sword. Oh, stay away from me. Oh, the mining fatigue is real. Oh, this is worse mining fatigue than the Wanderer, actually. So, you'll find this creature in the Nether. Also, I keep forgetting to tell you where these creatures are. So, oh yeah, that's another change. You change the screen you change the screen. That's all I have to say about that. So, really, the Ent spawns in jungles. The bull ant spawns in plains biomes. Get away from me. The glacier spawns in this kind of biome, actually. The Dweller spawns in deep caves. The Lost spawns in the Nether. And then this mob, which I'm about to show you, this is a void gas. It's not actually a mob. It's actually the thing you'll find in the caves. It's just a bunch of, deep down in the caves. It's an invisible bat that's going to wither you every time you get near. It's just kind of like, stay away. I'm void gas, but let me just get rid of these guys and bring in the new mobs. Where are they? Citytas, the will. Okay, I'm gonna die. Ugh, wait, I've survived somehow. I did not think this through. Stay away from me, you. Oh my gosh, this is so. Oh my gosh. So, always after me, the Wanderers are Wanderer, Blue Crows, Sandskull, Havenwitcher, and the Brazen. What? How do you say? How? How? Oh my gosh. Dude, oh my gosh, the Lost. You stupid. They also don't have, for Pete's sake. I'm just gonna skip these mobs and go to these next mobs, so, okay. So, and they're still after me for some reason. That's just weird. So this next mob is the, wait, no, I skipped one. This next mob is the Sigitas. It is actually a mob that will sting you. Like, look, it'll sting you every time. It'll sting you in the jungle. It's a bug that stings you in the jungle. It's a beetle. It's just a thing that'll attack you. Now, I actually suggested an idea for the Sigitas in his first video he was in. Dang it, I'm in the void gas. Oh my gosh, there's so many little creatures. Little creatures. Stay away. Die, Lost. Okay, the Lost also drops a spawn wanderer egg, which is kind of neat if you ask me. Now, alright, what's this next one? The Dwindler. The Dwindler is a wither that is actually, or wither skeleton that is cloaked. And it, stay away, you stupid bug. That actually has a flame bow. Not much to say about these guys. They're just cloaked wither skeletons that have a flame bow, and they spawn in dark caves. They don't spawn in the nether, they actually spawn in dark caves, which I find really cool in a way. Can I eat the steak? I might have to get away from here, they might fight each other. This next mob is the Wanderer. Okay, that's not supposed to happen either. That chicken's demented. That chicken's demented. Oh wow, he spawned naturally. Oh wow, okay, no, I'll get you later. I'll showcase you, okay? Just stay away from me. So this next mob is the Wanderer. The Wanderer is the same, except just has a different model. It's the same, it has the same attacks, and it just has a different model. It's a lot more creepier. Oh my gosh, these Sigitas can see so from far away. Oh my gosh, stay back, you stupid bugs. Also, you chicken, you have to die. Die. Okay, whatever. These are just stupid. Alright, so the next mob is the Blue Decrews, which you just saw earlier. They are levitating mobs that, they shoot levitation arrows and slowness arrows at you. They spawn, I think they spawn naturally, but they also spawn, they also spawn the dungeons that I was talking about in the last update. Now look at that. Imagine crossing this in your caves. Oh my gosh, just stay away. There's so many mobs nearby. Die. Die. Stupid mob. Just die. Thank you. Alright, so this next mob is the Sand Skull. The Sand Skull is going to spawn in the desert, and it's just a skeleton. It's just a different model of a skeleton. Now you're like, why is there a different model of a skeleton for the desert? Like, you could just do a skeleton, and they wouldn't really care about anything. Well, Dragon was really picky about the mobs that spawn in different biomes, which I'll get to when I finish these mobs. This next mob is the Haven Witcher. The Haven Witcher is a mob that is like a demon. It's literally like a demon that's on fire that summons in a ghast above its head that'll shoot fireballs at you, and you can deflect them and get the achievement free, and then you'll be like very happy. They're also, I think that's all they do. They don't have fire respect, which I find a little bit disappointing. I could see a lot of potential in the Haven Witcher. I think it's actually my favorite mob out of these new ones, like out of the Wanderer, the Dwindler. The Dwindler is probably my second favorite. I love the model for these things. Stay away, you stupid mobs. Well, one more mob to showcase you, and that's the Brazen. The Brazen is it's a giant like scorpion thing that it's a giant scorpion thing that'll charge at you and will cause lots of damage. It will also break blocks. That's it. That's really it. Game mode. I think I actually forgot a mob in here, so let's delete all these, and let's go over here to the beginning. I actually thought I forgot a mob in the showcase. Let me see. I think I forgot a scorpion. Yeah, they added scorpions. So Wisp, Wander, Void Gas, Wretch. Wow, I forgot a lot of stuff. The Ratch. Wait, did I show you the Ratch? No. The Frozen Zombie, the Lost Nether Knight, Ogre Ratch. Okay. Assassin Skitter, Mage, Blight, Sand Skull, Deadlock, Night Shot. I'm pretty sure he added a Scorpion mob, but it doesn't seem to be here. So these last two mobs are, the Ratch is a bee that's not that good in fighting. It's literally just a bee that I think stings you. It might sting you, and it spawns in the plains biomes. This next one is a Frozen Zombie. Frozen Zombies will replace all zombies in tundra biomes, and they have no knockback, and they're a little bit stronger since they have ice blocks on their head. Phew! 2 out of 3 done. Whew, 2 out of 3 done, man. Lots of new mobs, but there's still more to cover in the mob section. Alright, so the things that have been changed are blights and mages. Unfortunately, no longer spawn naturally. They spawn in the new ice structures that came out last version of the Tempest box, which I found extremely disappointing, especially for the mage. Because, well, in the series, if you don't watch my series, go watch it now. I seriously want you to watch it. But I found a mage staff, the 3rd episode, and hopefully it doesn't get deleted because I'm updating it, the world, to the 0.7 world. I hope it doesn't get deleted, like, at all. That'd be stupid. But yeah, anyways, and then one other thing. 3, like I said with the block transformer or all those machines, with new mobs comes removed mobs. Yeah, 3 mobs have unfortunately been removed, and if you were looking closely, like, you can pause the video, go back a few minutes, and look through the chest, see which mobs, if you have been missing. Comment them down below before I tell you. Actually, there's no point, don't do it. So, 3 mobs, if you've been paying close attention, the 3 mobs that have been removed are the Magrin, the Torgon, and the Aquarius. And yeah, unfortunately, those 3 mobs have been removed, which I'm glad those 3 mobs are kind of removed, also because they tried to kill me in the first episode. They're so stupid. Pressing F5. Okay, sorry, I had to rage there a little bit. But yeah, new mobs, new fun, new things. You monster. Oh, I didn't even know he does that. Oh, that's not supposed to, no, that's not supposed to happen. He broke it. You monster. I have to kill you. Die. Okay, whatever. He's destroyed my beautiful thing, man. You don't do that. So the next section I'm going to talk to you is the new gem, the updated gems module for the Tempest box. So, if you didn't know, the Tempest box has had lots of gem modules in the past. This one is probably the best. So, 2 new machines that have been added. The Spirit Infuser, which have been changed a lot. I didn't mention these 2 because they're on a separate category. And the Volcanium, or no, what is this called? I'm pretty sure this is called the Volcanium. Yeah, this is the Volcanium laser, and it'll help you produce gems. Now you're like, how do I produce gems nowadays? Well, it's the same thing as the old ones. You just grab your potion of choice, and you surround it with gold. Well, if this is a tier 3, and sooner or later you will get a canister, which this might take a while because I'm a little bit far away from the thing. But after a little bit, it will give you a canister. Oh, there we go. So we got a strength, like a tier 3 strength canister. Now these are the canisters. These look like this. You'll get this is a strength canister. You also get a speed canister and a health canister. Now if I could just get the gold and maybe make another tier 3 item. Let's make a tier 3 speed canister. And yeah, here we go. Tier 3 speed canister. And then a potion, maybe a tier 3 health canister. Come on, man. I don't have all day. Yeah, there we go. That was perfect timing. So we have 3 different types of canisters. Now they're like, does this replace gems? Like these stupid canisters, they replace gems? No, they don't, my friends. The canisters have the power of the gem inside of them. Now, okay, so gems have been updated a lot recently. So, now I have to go through this stuff. Now, you saw how to craft the canisters. Now I'm going to show you how to craft these new things. So, the Spirit Infuser has been changed a little bit. It is now crafted with 7 blocks of quartz, 1 Volcanium, and 1 Nether Star in a Tempest crafter. Remember, go watch. I have a funny thing for you to watch while you're after this. Watch the first episode of the Tempest box review, like the first one, 0.4, I believe, how long ago that was. So we got ourselves a Spirit Infuser, consumes 0.5 Tempite every time you use it. And yeah, I'll show you the use for it later. But now, here's the next machine you're going to need for gem crafting. The Volcanium laser. Volcanium lasers are necessary for crafting any gem after you harvest you need to harvest the gem from the canister. You can't just pry it open, I'm sorry. But you need to get a couple volcanium lasers if you want to make the process fast. So what you need is 1 oak log, 6 prismarine crystals, 1 block of iron, and 1 volcanium to make 1 volcanium laser. So there we go. And also this machine consumes no tempite, so you don't need a tempite storage tank for this machine. Now, you've got yourselves your volcanium laser, and you've got yourself your spirit infuser. Now, like, how the heck do I use these things? Well, you need to craft a bunch of volcanium lasers if you want to do this. Now, I have an enhanced spirit infuser because it'll take forever to make. So now you have your canisters. What you want to do with them is drop them. Simply just drop them on the spirit infuser. Now, do note that you do need volcanium lasers. Don't go in the comments like, no you don't, no you don't. Yes you do. You need volcanium lasers for this thing to work. Oh my gosh, you need volcanium lasers. Just put hashtag you need volcanium lasers. Just put it in the chat right now. Hashtag you need volcanium lasers. Whew. Well, now that I've put my rage out to the video, I need to show you how to craft these gems. So take your canister, drop it onto the spirit infuser, and it will start ripping the spirit canister apart. Now, any minute now. Here, I'll just do it on top. So we'll start ripping the canister apart, and you'll see what I mean in a little bit. So, is it because of the blocks? It might be lagged why it's not doing it immediately, but I don't know. I'm just gonna place a new one down here. Maybe that one's broken, possibly, and then let's make it weather clear. So that one might be broken. Be careful what you do with these things. So I'm going to drop the canister on top, and it'll start ripping apart the canister. Now, it does look like it is lag, so be careful when you're using the Tempest box 0.7. Oh, yeah. This is laggy, very laggy. But I had it working just a few minutes ago. I wonder if it's just because that's... I don't know. Maybe it's I'm too far away from the machine. Let's just make it right here. Boom, and let's start ripping apart this canister into a gem. So, speed canister, healing canister, come on, do something. I want to show the crowd. Come on, do something in your life. You know what? It'll just start ripping this thing apart, and then the volcanium lasers will start shooting at it, and it will start the process up, and it will just start like taking the essence of the canister and like ripping it out and forming a gem out of it. But once that's out, once the canister's done, it will create a gem for you. Now, basically what's happening is when you place down the canister, it is summoning in a squid, and there's a bunch of guardians around. Every time you place a volcanium laser, there is a guardian that summons in. It starts shooting at the squid. The squid is like 50 health or something, and then when the squid dies, it drops a crystal for you, or a gem for you. But this is taking a lot of time, so I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna skip that. It'll just start. You watch Dragon's videos, you'll see what I mean. But this is the end result you're going to end up with. All these new gems. Now, sadly, the old gems have been removed and replaced with round crystals. The fire gem, the flute gem, the destructive gem, the sonar gem, the Midas gem, the deforest gem, the formation gem, the passage gem, the flora gem, and the earner's gem. So, basically, how these work is you need to put them, wow. So you need to put them in your offhand for them to work, I believe. So so let's just start out. The flora gem, basically, let's just clear a path. So place it in your offhand, and I believe it'll just start placing flowers every few seconds. Yeah, it'll just start placing flowers every few seconds, and then you'll get, and it runs out eventually. The crystal will die. Like, it will die eventually, and then you'll need to refuel the canister that this thing was made of. So that's pretty much the flora gem. The next one is the passage gem. The passage gem does what it does. It creates a path for you made of like stone and a bunch of other stuff. So if I were to clear all this area, and it activates every 2 seconds, but sadly it's it's just because of lag issues. Now, if you have a better computer than mine, you'll see what I look. So it's creating a path for you, and it activates every 2 seconds, but for lag issues, it activates like every 10 seconds. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But as you can see, it's creating a path for you. Now I'm going to speed through these because I've been talking a lot. So, this next one is the Formation Gem. The Formation Gem, actually, is it this one or is it the other one? I don't remember, but this one actually, I think this one gives you strength the more and more you hit mobs. So let's get some zombies. And the more you hit a mob, such as like a zombie, oh shoot, they all summon into zombies. But the more you hit a mob, like I'm just hitting mobs right now. The more you hit a mob with the Formation Gem in your offhand, the more strength you'll get with your why is it still activating? You know, commands are weird, okay? Don't mind. So, let's get rid of the zombie, and that's pretty much the Formation Gem. The next gem is the DeForest Gem. The DeForest Gem does exactly what you think it would do. Hold it in your offhand and go near some trees. It will just remove trees, like, completely. So, look. Oh wait, this is the Fire Gem, not the DeForest Gem. So if you place it in your offhand, it will actually start removing trees for you, like leaves and whatnot. And I love the animation for this thing. And it's still a Fire Gem, I don't know why, but it'll just start cutting down leaves and logs for you. This next one is okay, see, look, it's cutting down a bunch of trees and whatnot. So this next one is the Fire Gem. The Fire Gem creates a ring around you made of fire, and then also crit particles everywhere. Any mob that gets near you will be set on fire. Now this is the cool one for me because you know it's a Fire Gem. These last 4 gems are going to speed through really quick. So the Sonar, okay, so I'll just go through. The Sonar Gem, when in offhand, will just make all entities on glow. That's pretty much the Sonar Gem. The next one is the Float Gem. All mobs nearby, I believe, float. Oh wait, no, you float instead. When you're holding the Float Gem, you will float for an infinite amount. So be careful with this one. And then the next one is the Midas Gem. The Midas Gem will summon in a golden ingot somewhere around you every like 10 seconds. It will also summon in a Midas block, which you have to destroy, and you will get a golden block from it. So this is kind of like a gold kind of like gem kind of thing. Now, the destructive gem has got to be my favorite. Look what it does every like 2 seconds. Well, every like a second, but it's just laggy, so mind the lag. So it's literally just a mini extraction staff. It'll destroy all blocks nearby you. Like, look at this thing. I'm also probably shouldn't be doing this. It's kind of tearing through the Why is there so much diorite here? Is this like a feature or some sort that I missed? I don't know. But this next one is the last one is actually that's it. That's it, everyone. That's pretty much it for 0.7 of the Tempest box. I hope you enjoy the Tempest box. Watch me do a survival of this. If you're new to the channel, please watch the survival. And please leave a like and subscribe to this video. If you enjoyed my jittering and raging a little bit on the Tempest box, then please drop a like and a subscribe on the channel. And I think I'll bid you all farewell. See you next time for Tempest Box News.